the Great Awakening. What happened in Saudi Arabia will happen in the United States. And let me show you something what Trump did yesterday before we get in. He was talking about Mark Rutte, right? And I'm just going to show you something really epic here. Let me show you guys. Okay, guys. Chat, we love you. And again, what a wild show, right? What a way to start the show. And Trump was talking about Secretary General Mark Rutte in respects to Greenland, the NATO nations, right? He's dropping his M-dash and he's saying they will report directly to me. See, he's running the show, guys. So, what's going on here? Let me see how we're going to build this up. So again, let's start easy. Hours and minutes. 1427. Beautiful for God and country. We had this when the show started, right? 3681, right? The mirror of his post number is showing you the Great Awakening. The Great Awakening happens before the storm starts, right? But look at this. He's showing you the NATO nations. Who are that? That's Europe. And there is Mark Rutte. He's running the military, so to say, of, and there is 36. You know what drop 36 is, right? Military is the only way. If we failed, if Trump failed, and somebody that we don't control gets in power, we were about to do the unthinkable. But Mark Rutte, Mark is the 17th word. Then comes the 17th space, and then comes Rutte. That starts with the 59th character and ends with the 99th character. Why is this important? Follow me, guys. He's using Mark Rutte, and Mark is the 17th word. Then comes the 17th space. Then comes Rutte. This is character number 95. This is character number 99. Why is this important? What is NATO nations? Europe. What is NATO? The military of Europe. What is 36? Military is the only way. 1427 for God and country. Okay. What is drop 95 talking about? Let me show you. Drop 95 is talking about what happened in Saudi Arabia will happen here. What is that? The US. It will happen in Asia. And it will happen in Europe. Okay. So Rutte, right? 95th character. Mark was the 17th word. Comes with 70 spaces. Then comes character number 95. But it ends with Rutte, right? 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Drop 99. There it is. Drop 99 talks about Soros. Again, I showed you over here. Soros, who was killed in Saudi Arabia. Follow the money. Who pulls the strings? Strings detached. Now it is an open season on the puppets. Do you just hear what these guys are saying? You WEF. You're like a flag. Depending on how, the wind sets, this is how you're going to fly. Open season on the puppets. Who are the puppets? Where are the puppets? At the WEF, guys. Right? Global. All right. So the first 3 digits of his timestamp, 142, shows you again Soros. How did Soros replace Family Y? Again, think about World War II. Trace the bloodlines of these 3 families. Who was his handler of this dude? What was the real purpose of the war? Number 2, right? What is Soros family history? What has occurred since the fall of North Germany? Who is Merkel? Again, follow the bloodlines. Again, now it talks about Titanic, and we know how that created the Federal Reserve. Now we're talking about the Rothschilds, right? The Hindenburg. Who controls the narrative? Again, the truth will put 99% of the world in a hospital. It must be controlled. Now, the M dash is word number 126, and that is showing you the pluses. This one already been taken care of, right? The pluses to is Rothschilds. This is Soros, right? They will all report directly to me. There are 140 words before Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. And when you conclude this, it has 150 words. But that drop is showing you Linda Rothschild or Lord the Rothschild. Distress calls to others will do you and your family no good at this stage. We know where you and the family are at all times, and we can hear you breathing, right? Open season on the puppets. Because what happened in Saudi Arabia, the mass arrest, will happen in the United States, but not before the Great Awakening happens. Because can we simply start arresting the opposition without first exposing the truth? It must be compelling to avoid a divide, right? Well, the characters before, or the words before Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, this part is 140 words. Why is this important? Because it's showing you the enemy. 140, wealth over generations buys power. Power over generations buys more wealth and control. More wealth and control buys countries and its people. Families combined, those three equate to the New World Order. The inner tri-families will collapse. And that's happening right now. The strings are cut. Return to Saudi Arabia. What is the keystone? Saudi Arabia was holding everything together, right? Puppets, plus, in the shadows. Each side of the triangle controls a certain subject of power brokers. Power brokers are also labeled as puppets and servants. What is the New World Order? Why did POTUS reserve the sword dance when he was visiting Saudi Arabia? What does this mean culturally? What occurred in Saudi Arabia? How did POTUS remove one side of the pyramid? Again, then it shows you, look at China. What did POTUS receive while visiting China? Where did he dine? What is that significance? What if China, Russia, and others are coordinating with POTUS to eliminate the New World Order? This is not easy to accept nor believe, but crumbs will make bread. Operations are active. Joint missions underway. The world is fighting back. The Great Awakening. Boom. Unbelievable, guys. And again, the 3724 is showing you it must be done right. It must be done according to the rule of law, and it must carry weight. It must be proven in the court of law. There can be no mistakes. The inevitable justice. Clinton Hussein illegal FISA. Democrats election interference 2020. That is what he talked about that day, right? We the people are the cure. See that, guys? Let me show you what Trump just dropped earlier, guys.
Example, we are thousands of miles away, separated by a giant ocean. It's a war that should have never started, and it wouldn't have started if the 2020 U.S. presidential election weren't rigged. It was a rigged election. Everybody now knows that. They found out. People will soon be prosecuted for what they did.
Woo!
It's probably breaking news, but it should be. It's a rigged election.
See that, guys?
You can't have rigged elections. You need strong borders, strong elections, and ideally a good press. I always say it. Strong borders, strong elections, free, fair elections, and a fair media. The media is terrible. It's very crooked. It's very biased, terrible. But someday it'll straighten out because it's losing all credibility.
Woo!
Think of it. When I win in a landslide, a giant landslide, won all 7 swing states. Ukraine is an example.
Okay, guys. Free space forever. We love you. Granny Batman, Jos Reiners, hey, love you. Man, I want to call you so badly, bro. So sorry I don't have the time, but I will get back to you, Jos Reiners. Dude, do you see?
It was a rigged election.
Boom.
Election weren't started if the 2020 U.S. presidential election weren't rigged. It was a rigged election. The election weren't rigged. It was a rigged election. It was a rigged election. It was a rigged election. Everybody now knows that. They found out. People will soon be prosecuted for what they did. People will soon be prosecuted for what they did.
Boom. And there it is, guys. He said that at 9:06 a.m. Then at 14:27:36, he then drops this 3724. It must be done right. According to the rule of law, it must carry weight. It must be proven in a court of law. How does it carry weight? When they get away with it, so to say, right? Run 4 years and wreck the world. Pull back their troops. Leave behind all the weapons for those bad actors. Give $600 billion to Iran, etc. Create havoc. Now it's carrying weight. Now they know it's stolen. This is what they're doing. They're weaponizing the 3-letter agencies against the people who are for the rule of law, who are doing things correctly, right? Who are trying to be good to humanity. It must carry weight. Now we see their true nature of their deception. It must carry weight. Now it is carrying weight because we have been going through this for 4 years. The world has been going through COVID. All because they wanted to control and hide their treasonous acts. The inevitable justice is coming. Clinton Hussein, the Democratic election interference of 2020. We the people are the cure. The world is helping, right? And again, I did a little recap here on top, right? That is showing you kind of everything that this drop is talking about. What happened in Saudi Arabia will happen here in the United States and in Europe. Open seasons on the puppets. Who are the puppets? The strings are cut. They're now in the shadows. Operations are active. The inevitable justice is coming. Joint missions are underway. The world is fighting back because, the New World Order, the inner families will collapse because China, Russia, and other countries are coordinating with POTUS to eliminate the New World Order, guys. And again, so what you've been seeing lately is not a coincidence. It's all by design, right? And they're taking us by the hand and showing us the method, behind the madness. And again, I love you guys. It's wonderful to have patrons with us that can follow what I'm blazing through. And I hope, if you don't understand, please let me know, because I gladly explain again